This is episode 14 of The Art of Agency, a launch pad for realtors. I'm Jonathan Green with
Mallory Pazder.
She loves that. And our guest is Basia Bubel. She is a real estate agent in New Jersey and Pennsylvania since 2018. Very active on social media. We'll drop her links at the end. Basia, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
I was especially interested to talk to you because of my investing background. So before you were an agent, you were actually an investor first. Why did you get your license? That's what some people are going to want to know right away.
Yeah, actually, interestingly enough, I went into it not wanting to be a full-time real estate agent at all. I got my license so that I could invest, just to make it easier because you as an investor have to look at so many houses and it's not fair to the agent to run them around to look at 70, $90,000 properties constantly and then you're just putting in a bunch of offers. It's just not fair to agent. And I did it. So I did it for that reason and also just to make my life easier that if I needed to see something really quickly, I could go see it. I could see all the comps instead of looking on Zillow trying to figure out the comps myself. It just gave me access to all the information that I needed. So it was just to make life easier for myself, to not waste agents' time and to have access to more information.
Before you did that, though, even as an investor, did you have what I guess the public has the perception of realtors that to be honest, it's pretty much true because there's so many realtors. I don't like, we always say I think the public's actually right. Like most realtors are terrible. It's not a surprise. But did you think that going in, or did you think going in, now that I have to do this, I'm going to be better than all the schmoes out there who are just half-assing it the whole time?
I totally had all these negative perceptions and the barrier to entry is so low. So I was like, anybody can do this. I'm just going to do it. And just, I'm not really finding that I'm getting all this great information and service anyway. So I'm just going to go do it myself. And I remember even as I was looking at a bunch of investment properties, I was like, I don't want to, this is kind of crazy, just running around showing houses all the time. This seems insane. But I just thought I could definitely learn this and do it in a better way. So yeah, I totally had all those negative thoughts that the public generally has.
Yeah, Mal, did you Mallory, you've only been licensed for just over a year. Did you have the same things? Because we'll all talk about how we kind of professionalize the business, but did you think the same thing as Basia did going in?
Oh yeah, I think everybody thinks it, and we talk about this there's a reason that there is that perception, right? I'm sure all three of us have heard from potential clients at one point or another, oh, I was working with somebody, but here's what happened, right? There's always these stories, and I'm always mind blown when I just answer people's text messages and emails, and they're like, "Thank you so much for responding professionally," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
It's so crazy. But Bosh, like you said, the barrier to entry is so low, and I just think people sometimes don't think of it as all right, this is my career. You should treat it as a professional,
Right. And it's a business. You are your own business. I think that's a huge misconception too. People go in it and thinking they're just given leads. And I knew that wasn't the case going in. So I was prepared. I knew that it was going to be dry and that I had to make it happen. So it was going to be sink or swim. And that's a huge misconception that there's somebody magically giving us leads and we just show up and we go service these leads.
Obviously, Basia, you and Mallory are friends. You don't work for the same brokerage. I have friends at every brokerage in all different parts of the country, and we mastermind all the time. And I think that's something of note for listeners. Did you find that going in, like you said, you saw Mike McCann and you said I just want to be friends with everyone. And I've mostly done that, even though some people would disagree. But I really feel like the relationships are much more important. Did you find that coming in as a new agent by kind of trying to get to know people that helped you go quicker as an agent, build better relationships, do better for your clients?
Absolutely. I think the more approachable you are, the more likely the other side is to help you work on a resolution together. Even when the seller is, and buyer are being very difficult, if you and the other agent can remain professional and calm and kind, you can often come up with a very creative solution that makes both sides happy. So I just, being helpful, resourceful, and kind to the other side is so helpful. And the kinder, more professional I was, the more of a positive response I saw. And it's actually helped me get deals, because I cannot tell you how many times I've received offers and they nobody summarizes the offer in the email, and I'm always shocked.
Oh, that's our
Yeah.
thing.
Make
Yeah,
it hard for
Yes.
us. Like make
yeah.
me dig through
Yeah.
No
everything
one
just to
does it.
find
Yeah.
out.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and I always put in my offers, I do a summary and I highlight any bonuses, and I always say I'm a fantastic co-op. And I've really
Us
beat
too.
out other offers because of that.
Totally.
And then also what I think is so important about that and presentation, because we're so focused on that too, because you're not going to win them all, but when you
Mhm.
do that presentation and then maybe you're second and then
They
the
remember
first
you.
person starts messing around, they go right to you
Yep.
because you're there as backup, and you always say like, hey, just keep me as backup, and they're like, we wanted to go with you, but they were like just too much higher where we couldn't. But like if they mess around, and like everybody's messing around right now,
Yeah.
those buyers,
Yeah.
there's so many deals that come back. So, being a good co-op and having a strong presentation can really put you in the driver's seat on the same deal, like, in 11 days after inspections,
Or other
or
deals,
like you
I
said,
think.
at a later deal, they're going to like
Totally.
say, wow, I can't wait to get another deal
Yep.
with you because your presentation makes me know like we're going to work together and we're going to close. It's so
I had a
important.
guy literally say that to me the other day after we didn't win. He was like, he messaged me back. He's like, by the way, like, kudos on an awesome presentation. Like, I really hope I get a chance to work with you one day. I'm sure it would be a smooth
Yeah.
transaction. Like, verbatim. And I was like, okay, great. Like, love it.
Yeah,
Same,
but I
you know?
mean, generally, I mean, you're newer to the business, and even Bosch is still new. Take it out 5 years or 10 years, that all carries with you, and then it's like your relationships that you build with other agents are starting to play well for your buyers and sellers. We've talked about it on other shows. It's not just that you're going to help yourself; you're helping clients by being a good co-agent to everybody
Absolutely.
who's out there. And like Basha said, being helpful, helping other agents, that could help you recruit someone later, or just help them turn into a better agent. Why wouldn't you help someone be a better agent?
And so along that line about real estate attorneys, so New Jersey has that, North Jersey has that practice of using attorneys, South Jersey doesn't. So one of the reasons that I don't really like to work with most real estate attorneys in this transaction is because they often turn into this nasty adversarial person for no reason. And it doesn't serve their clients at all. It just
Nope.
infuriates everybody. And they make a big deal out of things that shouldn't be a big deal. And they just cause problems. A lot of times, if you get an excellent one, they're
Yeah,
great. But
we have a very good one on our team. I'll say that
Yeah.
because I've worked
yeah,
with others and he's awesome. But I agree with you because I actually submitted an offer in South Jersey and the agent was like, I don't really like to work with North Jersey attorneys. And I literally called him. I was like, I swear to
yeah,
you,
Yeah.
he is legit. Like he is not like that. He'll, and I think you're 100% right. It's a challenge. You really have to make sure you have the right team around you
yep.
as an agent in New Jersey to be able to get that stuff done for
Yeah,
sure.
but that I mean that's true. Look, I'm an attorney, and I think a lot of people don't know that, so they play around with me in a transaction, and then I say, "Oh, the attorney tries to tell me, well, I'm the attorney." I say, "Oh, listen, bro, I'm an attorney also, so I'm not just coming up with stuff." But I do think that that's true. And when you look at the differential, a real estate attorney, they get paid anywhere between $1,500 and $2,500 for a deal, and we're making like 10 grand, so they're already coming in sometimes with angst at an agent. But like in New Jersey, where there's an attorney review period, we've already negotiated the contract. The contract's just intended to be ratified by the attorney. My annoyance is when they go in and change stuff that we just spent 3.5 days working
Yes.
on.
Yeah, where
We
there's
went
like
to
10 pages of
Right.
review and you're
We
like,
went
what
to
is
highest and
this?
best. We decided
Hmm.
they chose to waive this, and then all of a sudden they're going to take the stuff out, and you're like, all right, so we're going ahead and saying like,
Yes.
I need you to contact your attorney in advance and let them know they're not changing any terms of the contract. You can do your boilerplate stuff, but like you waived appraisal. We're not taking that out and reviewing. I need them to confirm that before we start.
Yeah, see, that's an attorney that wasn't paying attention or reading anything in the contract or talking to their clients or talking to us as agents. So the attorney that I recommend in South Jersey, she's so phenomenal, and she always asks, how was the negotiation situation? Is this, are we trying to push this? What do you want me to do? They ask the buyer that, and that's exactly how it should be. Instead of, I'm going to come in guns blazing with a 10-page template. And, a lot of times none of those things are applicable to the sale anyway.
No.